Hi, in this video we'll learn how to add unlike fractions. Now let's talk about unlike fractions. What are unlike fractions? Unlike fractions are fractions that have different denominators. So for example, 2/5 plus 1/7. You see that the first fraction has a denominator of 5 and the second fraction has a denominator of 7. That means they have different denominators. Since the denominators are different, they're called unlike fractions. And you can't add or subtract unlike fractions. To add or subtract unlike fractions, you will have to change them to like fractions. So to change it to like, and what do you mean by like fractions? Like fractions have the same denominator. Just like unlike fractions have different denominators, like fractions have same denominators. So in order to add or subtract the fractions, you need like denominators. You need like fractions. So we'll change this into like denominators. That means same denominators. So I'll show you a simple method to change different denominators to the same denominator. Here, what we're going to do is I will multiply each fraction with the denominator of other fraction. That means I'll multiply this fraction by the denominator of other fraction. So I'll multiply this fraction by the denominator of other fraction. What is the denominator of other fraction? It's 7. So I'll multiply this fraction by 7. And here, I have to multiply this fraction with the other fraction's denominator. So I'll multiply 1/7 by 5. So let's do it. So I'll multiply this fraction by other fraction's denominator. That means I have to multiply this by 7/7. Now, why I'm multiplying numerator and denominator by 7? Because since I only need the same denominators, I don't have to worry about the numerators. But remember that whatever you do to the denominator or whatever you do to the numerator, you will have to do it. If you multiply something in the denominator, you will have to multiply with the same thing in the numerator, because you can't change the value of a fraction. Look here, I have multiplied this by 7/7. 7/7 is equal to 1, and 2/5 times 1 will still be 2/5. That means I have not changed the value of the fraction at all. I am multiplying this fraction just by 1. Okay, and I'm trying to change the denominators. I'm trying to make the denominators equal. We need to find a common denominator. So what I did is I have to multiply this fraction by the other fraction denominator. Other fraction denominator is 7. So I multiplied this by 7/7. The same thing we will do here. I'll multiply this fraction by the other fraction denominator. The other fraction denominator is 5. So I have to multiply this fraction by 5/5. Now what we're going to do is we can just multiply the numerators and the denominators. So let's multiply the numerators. 7 times 2 will be 14. 7 times 5 will be 35. Plus 1 times 5 is going to be 5. 7 times 5 will be 35. Now you can see that I have the same denominators. I've got the common denominator. Now I can just go ahead and add the fractions. So whenever you have unlike fractions, you need to convert them into like fractions, and then you can add them. Now here 14 plus 5 will be 19. You just add them, and then you never add or subtract the denominators. So we will just write the denominator as 35. The denominators will remain the same. Now 19/35. Can I reduce this fraction? No, I can't, because 19 is a prime number, and we will not get the common factor of 19 and 35. So we can't reduce it into simplest form. So this will be my final answer. So when you add 2/5 and 1/7, you will get 19/35. This is my final answer. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video.